So there is power in friendship. And what do I mean by that? If you have friends in the gun community, you can lend stuff out and stuff will be lent to you and you can try before you buy. So one of my friends lent me this Type 81 and I'm just going to do a comparison to my tried and true SKS. This SKS I shot a lot. I probably put about 2,000 rounds through this SKS. I've shot it a lot, and I put about 200 rounds through this Type 81. So I haven't shot it as much, but I do still have some opinions on it. So people regularly compare the Type 81 to the AK-47, and I don't think that's right. I think this is basically a less refined VZ58, and it has more in common with an SKS than it does with an AK-47. So you have a bolt hold open, as you can see. You have a short stroke system, as you can see, pretty much the same as the SKS. So do you really get a whole lot out of the Type 81? Basically summed up, is a Type 81 worth triple the cost of an SKS? Because an SKS you can buy, if you're looking around for a deal, you can buy a Russian one for $500. Or if you want one like right now, immediately, you can pay $700. If you're looking for a Type 81, the LMG version is cheaper. It's about $1,200. But if you're looking for any of the folding or fixed stock ones, you're going to be looking at the $1,500 range, and that's on the cheaper end. So do I think all of that cost overcomes some of the advantages you get over the SKS? I personally don't think so. This really doesn't bring all that much to the table other than reliable detachable magazines. And people will bring up that you can get Tapco magazines for the SKS, and seriously, I have never had any luck with any kind of detachable magazine in an SKS. They always run better with the fixed. So, and if you get the Tapcos, usually you have to do funky things like file something and all of that, and still it'll only work 80% of the time. So might as well just keep them fixed. If I lived in a place where I didn't have a 5 round capacity and I could actually have standard capacity magazines, then I think the Type 81 would shine brighter. So I guess just boiled down, I personally don't think that a Type 81 brings that much to the table compared to an SKS. But I can go over some of the things that I like and I don't like shooting 200 rounds out of this and 2,000 rounds out of that. What I don't like, I'll start off with the negative. What I don't like right off the bat, this thing is heavy, and it is deceivingly heavy because it's shorter than an SKS, and it weighs just as much, and it's heavy in the wrong places. So as you can see, this barrel is pretty thick. It's thicker than an SKS, and plus you have this cone on there. So this cone is for like rifle grenades and dummy grenades, stuff like that. This thing is a lot front heavier. So if you're shooting standing, this thing leans you over. Another thing I don't like is the sights. So you can see on the sights here, you have this steel bar over top of your leaf, and I personally don't like that. So you can see people try and cut them off and all of that, and I kind of get it because this is a very, very unique sight picture that I haven't seen on any other rifle before. Another thing, speaking of the sights, is the short sight radius. So the distance between the leaf and the front sight post is a lot shorter than an SKS. It's probably about 4 or 5 inches shorter. So I find it's a lot harder to shoot and control accurately compared to an SKS. Another thing that I really don't like is the safety. So the safety is similar to a VZ58, where you gotta go like that and break your firing grip for it. But at least with a VZ58, it's a lot more refined and a lot easier. This is really stiff. Even doing it with my thumb, I always have to break my grip off so I have enough leverage to move that safety. It is stiff. It is in an awkward position. I really don't like the safety. But other than that, that's pretty much all the cons that I really have with the rifle. Some of the good things. So some of the good things, as you can see, it is shorter than the SKS. I like that the piston is chrome, so you don't have to worry as much about corrosive ammunition. I know that the SKS, some of the pistons are chrome as well, but they aren't really that great. They didn't do a very good job on the chroming, so if you don't clean it immediately, you'll still get rust. Another thing that I like is reliable detachable magazines. Um, like I said, it's not that big of a deal to me because everything is pinned to 5 rounds, but it's still nice having detachable magazines that actually run and actually work. And I just think it's pretty cool that right from the factory, if you get the folding version, it's not prevalent. If you get the LMG or the fixed version, that you get a folding stock, and this folding stock is solid. There is no wiggle in it. It locks closed and it locks open, and it's very, very solid. It's almost as solid as a fixed stock. They did a very, very good job in that stock. And another thing that I really like personally, like most Milsurp guns, on the leaf or whatever, you have a sliding leaf where you have to pinch on both sides. I really like the turret system. So you spin these turrets to move the zero, and it's kind of like an AG-42. I think that's pretty cool and pretty neat. So even though I have some gripes about this gun, I do still really think that it's a good gun. And if you have it, if it's comfortable to you, run it, brother. I do not care. If you really like this and you think the SKS just absolutely sucks and the Type 81 is great, run it, brother. I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you found something that fits your hand. At least for me, I don't think it's worth triple the cost, but then again, that's just my opinion. So if you like this video, feel free to like, and if you don't, that's cool too. But thank you very much for watching, and have yourselves a good day.